Good morning. Hello there, my name's Kathy, and this morning I am going to show you a simple 4-color look that I do almost every single day. I'm recording this in the winter of 2024. We are expected to have a snowstorm a little bit later. I'm actually getting ready to run out, do a few errands so that I can lock myself in when I get back. You're not seeing me with my hair completely done. It's brushed. That's probably about as much as I'm going to do today. And I just want to show you really quick what I do. Now, I have already done my skincare, and this is what I like to use for moisturizer for the winter. This is Seint's Cream Moisturizer, and it actually says just creme. I was using it at night, but I've switched and I've started using it during the day because I really had some dryness this year. And I wanted to make sure that I was able to handle and take care of that dryness that I was experiencing. And for me, I don't know when you get dryness, but I had some dry patches here. I had it here. My product would break up, and I would also have it up here. Now, what you also need to know is I use a retinol product, a tretinoin, and it's prescription, but I was using it 5 to 6 days a week. And I have cut back drastically on that for the winter, and I'm probably using it anywhere from 2 to 3 times a week. And I apply that over a very heavy, occlusive night cream. And that seems to really help me. I wanted to kind of let you know what I do for my skincare. Obviously, I have a cleansing routine. I did a mask yesterday. And so I do take care of my skin. And that is not always what it has been. I have had years where I really barely washed my face when I went to bed so that I could start with a clean canvas in the morning. But now as I've gotten older and I see the results of some of those truly lazy years, I have started to take good care of my skin. If for some reason you are not familiar with Seint, Seint is a cream makeup that is different than any of us have used in the past. And I have always worn makeup since I was 16. I couldn't wait until I was 16 so that I could wear makeup. I've always been one of those people. But I noticed that as I got older, that the makeup was not looking very good on my skin. In other words, I could look in the mirror and I could see makeup. And whenever you can look in the mirror and see makeup, your makeup is not working for you anymore. I didn't know that until I saw the internet go wild over this cream makeup. And I tried for a year to duplicate it, and meaning that I would go out and I would purchase things that I felt would be considerable to what this was. I loved the concept of this magnetic palette. I thought that was a great concept, wonderful marketing tool. I couldn't find it. I spent more money trying to duplicate this product than I did when I actually bought it. And so I want to share that with you if you're still trying out there to find something that works for you. Yesterday afternoon, while it was snowing, I didn't get out yesterday. I watched church from the TV. I just do not like to drive in anything that looks remotely icy or snowy. I stayed in my chair yesterday. Joey was on my lap and we watched church on TV. But then afterwards, the TV kept playing. I was on YouTube. And one of my YouTube influencers popped up that I watch almost every week. And she did a Get Ready With Me. And I was totally amazed as I watched that Get Ready With Me because she used no less than between 10 and 12 products on her face. And she layered them. Now, this was the person that I had looked to for a long time on how to get my face to look good. Now, when she was done, she looked marvelous. But I saw all the containers that she opened. I saw every product that she applied on her face. Then she would set it with the powder. Then she would do another thing. And I thought, no wonder, as a mature woman, everything is settling in our lines and wrinkles. The old adage that your mother told you, less is more, has never been more prominent than now. At 72, I have to watch carefully what I put on my face. I have to watch color. I have to watch texture. And Seint has simply been an answer to prayer for me as far as not making me look older than I am. I'm going to share with you the premise behind a 4-pan magnetic palette. This is the way you can get different palettes. This is a beginner palette. This holds 4 pans. And when I say 4 pans, I'll cover the mirror. This is a magnet. And each of our product comes in a tin. And so as soon as you snap it in there, you can see it's going to stay and it's not going to fall out. This is the way our product comes, all in these little tins. The majority of them are $16 a piece. And you think, that's not a lot of product for $16. I get it, but you know what? This one will last me 6 months. This is the brightening highlight. This is the one that I put underneath my eyes, or around my eyes, I should say, and highlight the center of my face. This is my main shade, which you would normally see in a bottle or something like that. And this lasts me for 4 months. $16 for 4 months is not bad. Let's begin by putting a little bit of product on. I am going to use my detail brush to start with. And the reason I'm using my detail brush is it's got that little end. And that little end serves me well to get into the corners of my eye. Now watch where I put my concealer. You're not going to see me putting it underneath my eye. I'm going to put a little bit on my forehead. Going to come down my nose because this is called 3D. 3D meaning it's 3-dimensional. We want to bring an emphasis of color to the center of our face, and that's what that brightening shade does. I'm going to snap that back into our palette so that you can see it. We're going to build the palette for you this morning. And then we are going to pick up what I call my main shade. And our products are called highlights, the ones that actually go on your face to give you some color. And I used to teach how to do this with your fingers, and you can still do it with your fingers. My fingers are a little stiff in the morning, and so rather than do it with the fingers, I now do it with my brush. My most favorite brush is the 3D brush. And if I could only have one brush in the line, it would be this one. I could do everything else that I needed to do. Obviously, I have more than one brush, but this one is the one that is a must for me. All I'm taking is this bunny end. There's a pointed end and a bunny end. I call that the bunny tail. And I'm tapping it into the product. And I'm swiping it onto my face. Now, when you look at my skin before I start to put anything on it, you can see I have redness here. And this color that I use will camouflage that. So you can't go by the color in the pan, because if you did, you'd say that's too dark. You can't wear that. And so just be cautious. Everything's different with this makeup, including how you pick the color. And that's the reason we do a color match. I'm going to take this product and I am going to snap it into my palette. All right, so now I have my main shade. I have my brightening highlight on. And now I'm going to move over to contour. Contour was not something that I wore before. I think I may have had some, but I don't think I ever used it. When you use contour, it's a little bit thicker. So you kind of have to push your brush in there. Sometimes tapping won't do, but you see how I'm just laying that down, a little bit of darkness. And I'm doing this at my forehead because as we get older, just like a man, our hairline has a tendency to recede a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit of product on either side of my nose, because this not only would straighten my nose, but it would also, again, bring all the focus towards the center of my face. Now, I have a round face, and so normally you would put contour right underneath that cheekbone, right here. But because of my round face, I kind of want to camouflage it a little bit so that I can hollow it out. I bring my contour down just a little bit. Now, I'm not going to take much. I'm going to take a little bit on my chin, and I'm going to brush it, and I'm going to go right along that jawline and pull it down. I don't have much on there. I've got a white sweatshirt that I'm wearing out today, and I don't really want makeup all over that. Now we're going to put that color in. So far I have 3 out of my 4. Our cheek colors are for our lips as well. So I'm going to put a little bit of this on my lips. And I am a pink girl, so I do like pink. It's good to know what looks good on you. And I'm going to do a whole series this week on picking colors that are good for you and going off of the color science and the color theory that we used to hear an awful lot about. We don't hear too much about it. There's my 4 pans of color. And now I'm going to move that product on my face with my brush and blend it all together, and it's like magic. I'm going to take my 3D brush. I'm going to moisten it with some setting spray, both ends, so that both ends are moist. And normally, I'm going to start, and I don't know why. There's no right or wrong reason to this. The contour has had time to warm up to your face, so don't worry about not being able to move it. It will move beautifully. And this little trick of putting your setting spray on your brush, I have my sponsor to thank for that, because it makes all the difference in the world, and you would not believe how nice things blend. Now, you can see as I'm pushing, I'm not swirling. I am tapping into my skin. I like to call that stippling. The only place that you're probably going to see me blend a little bit is up here in my hairline, because I have gray-white hair and I don't want a line that goes into my hair. So I do blend a little bit more, but I have very little product up there. I don't want it to end up in my hair, which was a problem before because my hair was blonde. All right, so now all I'm doing is coming around. I'm going to soften that line that's on either side of my nose. And you think, how can she go over those colors and they don't all get muddy? It's because I'm not swirling. I am pouncing, and they are staying right where they want to, right where I want them. I'm going to go over that blush, and I'm going to blend, and I'm going to blend a little bit more of that contour. And you can see I am still stippling. I come from the 70s. We always take a little bit over our nose. Now I'm going to flip to the small end of the brush, and I'm going to go around my eye. And you'll notice I did not put any product underneath my eye. The only thing that's going underneath my eye is what is being carried on the brush. Let me get up close and personal so that you can see my eye. You don't see that it has settled into the lines and wrinkles, which we know I have. At 72, that'd be a feat if I didn't have any of those. But you can see that it did pretty good. And the best part is it will stay that way for the rest of the day. I won't have to worry about creasing underneath my eyes because I put a minimum of product there. Now, I like to follow up after I put my lip color on. I do like to follow up and put a little bit of lip gloss. I've always been a lip gloss girl. I like the shiny of lip, so I always put a little bit in the center, and I find that's enough for my entire lips. I'm going to put some mascara on. Before coming on camera this morning, I did my eyebrows, and I have one color of shadow and an illuminator on my eyelid, and that is it. No fancy eye look this morning. It's my most basic eye color, and the fun thing is it fits in the palette too if I choose and I go to a bigger palette. Let me pull my hair down a little bit. Let me try a little bit of styling here so you don't have to quite see me look like a wild woman, which I do on many mornings when I wake up. There you go. That is my basic look for Seint this morning. 4 colors, and it's amazing. Now, I have already set it with a setting spray. If it is still too shiny for you, You can use a translucent powder and set it again. I find that it makes a difference on what setting spray you use. And one of the ones that I am using up is one that I got at Christmas, and it's the Charlotte Tilbury, and this is a matte finish. This goes over our product beautifully, but the product is dewy enough that it comes through, and I don't feel like I have to powder down with this. At least I haven't in the wintertime. We'll see what happens when summertime rolls around again. I hope that this helps if you are contemplating, should I or shouldn't I? Because I understand that. I did it for a year. I tried to decide whether I was going to do this product or not. Once I did, it's been a little over a year now, I absolutely fell in love with not just the concept. I did like that, but not just the concept, but I fell in love with how my face looked, how my skin looked, how it did not call attention to my lines and wrinkles, but I still looked natural. And to me, that was very important. And all I'm doing now is giving my brushes a quick spray and a wash, getting them clean for the next time. Because if you have a dirty brush, you aren't going to have a good application. So after every application, I do this. This is a Seint cleaner. You can use other cleaners if you want. But let me tell you, look at that. See, there's no product left in my brush. And I don't have brush strokes on my face on any place. Plus, I don't have that much on. But then every 2 weeks, I will do a deep clean. And if you want to know that, go to my Facebook page and you'll see a video there about how to do a deep clean once every 2 weeks on your brushes. And that's it. I'm ready to go out and brave the cold weather this morning. If you have questions, or if I've piqued your interest, or if you think I really want to know more, there is a phone number that you can simply text the word match to. And that will automatically get you a document for you to fill out, which I ask a few questions about colors. I ask you how you like your makeup, whether you want like the girl next door, or if you're more of a glam girl. Those are questions that helps me determine what colors you need. We have an enormous array of colors. And I'm going to go through your photo. You're going to send me a selfie. And I'm going to go through that photo. I'm going to blow it up. I'm going to look underneath the eyes. I'm going to look at what color am I looking at. And so it's very important that you send me a great selfie. A great selfie is completely makeup free. It's standing inside your home, looking out through a window during daylight hours, holding the camera about an arm's length away. I like it if you wear a black top, but I want to be able to see some of your neck and décolleté, because I'm going to be able to see if we're dealing with a different color here than we are here with your face, because we want to make sure that we blend those two together. And once you send me that selfie, that's when I blow it up and I look at what color am I dealing with underneath the eye, or what other colors am I dealing with? Do you have some skin damage, sun damage? Do you have some age spots, things like that? Those are all important things for me to be able to see. I will send you back a recommendation of the colors that I would use, and then the ball is in your court. You log on to the website and you place the order, or you ask me more questions. It's really up to you. You're not going to see me hounding you or anything like that. I simply want to do your color match, and you can decide then how to proceed. I hope this helps. I appreciate you joining me on this snowy morning, and now it's out to brave the weather. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.